Hello, everybody. This is Naim Vyasai, and today we'll be talking about traditional management and modern management. Let's go straight on to it. For us to do that, we will need to enter to do some little bit of exercise to prove what it is. Okay, you got it right. First of all, we'll know what is traditional management, and second of all, we will learn what is modern management, what is it about, and I will be taking one concept of modern management and I will describe it, and also we will do the connection of where that coming from the history of management. All right, let's go through on to it. What is traditional management? If you take some time to read, in traditional management, everything was structured from a clean line of authority. The order comes from the top to the bottom. And one thing you need to know right there, you need to know the decision making was centralized at the top. I mean, every decision was taken by the CEOs, by the company owner, by whoever that have the authority to take decision, and everybody need to follow. The general manager cannot say nothing to the CEO, and the manager cannot say nothing to the general manager, and so on. And one thing as well, and the traditional management, the tasks were breaking and smallest one for people, everybody to know exactly what they need to be done and the time they here to work. Now let's go on with modern management. In modern management, things get a little bit more calm, more free, because the decision making was not centralized, it was decentralized because people now have access to take initiative. Like for instance, if I'm a dishwasher in a restaurant and then the manager set a certain type of way for me to clean the dishes, but because I'm the one doing the dishes and then I see there's another way the job can be done really quickly, I can implement that in my in the way I'm working and communicate freely with the manager with that form, and the manager will come in and supervise it, overseeing in it to see what is good on it, and now use it for the other dishwashers who will be working in this company in the future. This is good. And then the second thing, in the modern management, they empower the people with training and planification to get the best out of it. All right. Now, to make the difference, from the description, you already see the difference between both of them. There is some key things you need to see from traditional management that they change on in modern management. Traditional management, the top take the decision and everybody follow. But from the modern management, the top can take the decision, but the bottom also can give the input that change the aspect of the decision and to get something better for the good of the company. From the traditional management, the worker, like the hiring was done by favors, nepotism, and random choice. And we can take an example. I was reading that in the history of management, there's a guy called Taylor. He was hired by a friend of his father. This is the reason why they hired him to put him in the job. He was saying it's not because of his capacity or experience or expertise, but just because the owner of that company he was hired was the friend of his father. And in the modern management, they don't do that anymore. For you to be hired, you need to have the capacity, the knowledge, you need to have the proper experience to do so, unless the company will have to sit down and train you properly. And then this is it. Now you got the difference, and we can move forward. Okay. Now to move forward, one of the concept we will use to one of the concept of the modern management I'm gonna be using is the Gantt chart. The Gantt chart is a chart that help to track what's supposed to be done versus what was actually done. Okay, this is just a word. Now, let me explain. Okay, this is what we cannot speak about modern management if we don't speak about slavery. Okay, and in the slavery time, there was not good time management. Yes, there was a farm time job supposed to be done. Okay, for me to explain that this concept. There was a time work supposed to be done. Maybe start working at 4 o'clock in the morning and finish at 10. Okay, but there's one thing. There was not a process that the job that needs to be done or that needs to be done is actually done, but the result of, like I can say, not the result, the outcome of the day of work usually vary. For instance, if we're supposed to have 100 slaves working and then 20 of them is dead, or 30 of them is dead, like 50 escaped. I mean, yes, we're gonna still working in the timeline, the 4 to 10 and p.m., but the job that will actually done will the job that we plan to be done will be affected by those type of situation. But what happened for us to get the connection before the gain chart? Pay attention. Before the gain chart, the work condition was inhuman. Okay, like the people were like animals. They were beating. There was some type of punishment for them to do the job, and this is how the people who were on charge believe they supposed to treat the people to do the job. And secondly, time management was very poor, like I explained before, and the work progress, like I explained before, was inaccurate. This is before Gantt chart. But at Gantt chart, the worker treated better because of what? I remember not Gantt chart. Taylor was one of the guy like in the evolution of management and sign of management, implementing the things that called break. And for us to know what, when, and where to give break, you need to have good time management. This is what Genscher did. And you need to have good planification, good scheduling system, controlling, and you need to be able to record the process and the stage of the work. This is a concept from modern management. I believe that is a help come from how things used to do from slavery time. Like you cannot talk about management without talking about slavery time. Okay, now I think one of those things is scheduling. Let me fix that. I don't know where that come from, but this is not mine. Let me just delete it. All right, the scheduling from the Gantt chart, they scheduling allow us to know exactly the amount of time the job need to be done. That's it. And scheduling allow us to know the amount of work that need to be done in that amount of time. And also, I didn't see that when I was reading it, but I added by myself. Scheduling allow us to know who will be on schedule or who will be working at that precise time and who will be the next shift working. And this is all I can say about the difference between traditional management and versus modern management. Thanks so much for watching and see you for next video.